Hello guys. So let's start the FAQ if you want. I'm fine, guys. Just waiting for your questions. What engine? I'm using Unreal Engine. I've got the game itself there, by the way. Yeah, here is Limberia. Oh, sorry. I was showing, but yeah. Sorry. Really sorry. Yes, I plan on releasing the demo in the future, but I don't know when. Has the best lightsaber combat. I didn't play too many Star Wars games, to be honest. But I really liked how the lightsaber fight were managed in Force Unleashed 1 and 2, and maybe more the second one. How many planets? 2 planets, and a third one is in the works. Export retracing. Oh yeah, I guess it will, but I need to learn about how to set it up in Unreal. What's your favorite movie? You mean Star Wars or in general? It's just. Un peu plus fort pour le micro. Non mais. Monte ton son. J'ai envie de dire. Ok. Je vais essayer de parler plus fort. Any movie? I really like Downton Abbey. The series, the film. It's a really resourcing movie to me. And else, I particularly like the old Excalibur as well, and Tim Burton's films, which are really a big part of what inspires me when I'm doing art. No donate button. No. Will you make a trailer when it's complete? Honestly, I want to make a trailer before it's complete. We will have cameras in Akitsu very soon, and once we will have that, I want to try making some shots and see how it goes. What got you to the Ariel statue? I don't know. It's like a feeling. I didn't want to build the game entirely at first. It's just a side project, to be honest. So the more it goes, the more I add stuff to it. It's just like that. Like for instance, Lumberia was made 2 years ago, Geonosis was made 3 years ago, Maven was made like 7 years ago, almost 8, so it's, you know, it evolves like this. So. Thanks for your message, Jordan. Is the jetpack going to work or is it just going to cosmetic? Jetpack was initially how to say that? We wanted to have this initially, like if you were to cross some really big gaps. But in the end, I figured out that a Jedi may not need a jetpack at all. So it's kind of a stupid statement, but yeah. So for now, it's more a aesthetic things that you can have on level. And I have some issues with clothes from time to time. Because it looks cool on the clone armor, but on the Jedi one, it don't work. It doesn't work at all. So it would be great to have a map editor and maybe a workshop. I don't want to release it on Steam, just because if you are a developer, a game developer, and if you know how Steam just takes a huge amount of what you get for each sales, it's not a good way to just gain your life or make some profit with your company. So I would more be for a I don't know, a partnership with a existing platform that is not Steam. I don't know, maybe GOG, maybe, I don't know. But yeah. But before releasing it on Steam, we need to finish a demo and then maybe convince our IP owners, which would probably fail. So the best, I guess the best that could be seen one day here is just having a playable demo released to the public, I guess. Still wanna give you about money, just forget this. I know you won't, but it will be a bad move to me. Legally, it's dangerous. The jetpack is simply empty. No. Except if you think in terms of code, it's just pixels and 3D. But at some time, like 1 or 2 years ago, we had a jetpack functional, but it was not something really good to use at the time. So will it be available on Mac? I don't know. For the Mac version, if Unreal can build the game easily on Mac, of course I would be okay to release even the demo on Mac. But to be honest, if you want to just launch any app on Mac that is not made for Mac, you can use some workarounds like Wine or Cider Games, which do a pretty good job on it. So even if I can't, you will still be able to just try to bottle the demo and try to run it on Mac, and it should work. Oh yeah, just read about Epic Games. I would really like to partner with these guys. First, just because the game is made on Unreal Engine, but because I feel like these guys are doing publishing and game development the good way. Maybe not the perfect way, but nobody's perfect, and probably they are they are part of the best one in the market. But I really like Good Old Games as well, like what they did for bringing back Rayman 2, for example, on Windows 7 back in time. It was pretty cool. So promotion from Disney. Yes, it's the first thing I may do once the demo will be finished. I don't want to release it publicly and then ask Disney if it's okay. No, of course I want to have the permission to do this from them, and even from EA, to be honest. actually use when you make stuff for this game? I use 3ds Max for environments and for modeling in general, but I tend to use it less and less for character art. So for making Maven, for example, I've used more ZBrush just because it's more natural to sculpt a character and than doing it from scratch with box and subdivisions. So, yeah, environment is mainly done with 3ds Max. I use only 3D Coat for texturing, with some helps of Marmoset Toolbag for the bakes. I've used at some point Handplane Baker, Mighty Bake, which is a pretty good one, but failed at some point. But it's a really, really good one. And the Knald to convert some maps. But yeah. I'm gonna release a DLC. No, I don't want to make DLC. I'm against that. And same for one level per DLC. I don't want to make a DLC, so no. Well, yes, yeah, I'm for this too. So, be wrong, but isn't Buy Me a Coffee for individuals and business? I mean, the fans pay you because they want to, not because of your work. Yeah, it's the same with Patreon at some point, but if you were a lawyer working for Disney, I guess you will search for any lever you can find to shut down a project. And to me, Buy Me a Coffee can be one. Patreon can be also a big lever to shut down the project. So I don't want to dig into that. Okay. Platform will this game be available? Mainly PC. I'm not familiar with PS4 or Xbox development, so I don't know, but I know that if you take a look at what Unreal offers, you can see that you have several versions for your build. So I guess you can build this for a lot of targets. So we will see in time, but we need to finish the demo before just imagining where we will send it. The game shouldn't say that we may not shut it down, so it will probably be I don't know if this will threaten any sales. At some point, maybe the players could feel like Star Wars Redemption is more interesting than, for example, Squadrons, and I don't think so. To be honest, I think Squadrons will be just an amazing piece of art, of gameplay, of a lot of stuff, of a VR game. I want to try it in VR actually, because I'm really hyped about this project. And even if they did wrong stuff with Battlefront 1 and 2 at start, Battlefront 2 is now a pretty cool game. You can't modify it like you would with the old Battlefront series, but it's really, let's be honest, it's really beautiful to see. It's well animated. You can really feel the places of the films in it. So I don't think EA is intentionally making mistakes when they do mistakes. It's sometimes decisions that could look good to them at some moments, and then they face out the public is not ready for this, don't want this thing. So I don't know, but I'm not willing to threaten any of their games, and I don't think this game will do this. Because actually, if you compare just the gameplay of the game we made with just the closest one would be Fallen Order. We are like really far away from what they did. Really far away. We just have some cool graphics, but even if you know how this works, we are not, I think, up to what they do. It's not. I think it's not comparable. So. Seeing how the industry would recommend for people who are starting to learn to make 3D props. I would advise for maybe Blender, since it's really hyped at the moment, but as a 3D artist that have learned 3ds Max a lot, Maya, ZBrush, and lastly Blender, I think that you just have to find the tool that suits you the best. To me, it's 3ds Max. I really love how it works, but I know a lot of people just disagree with that and hate 3ds Max, hate how it's built. But to me, I've tried Blender honestly, and I just can't handle the UI. Even in the latest version, I can't handle it. I've got too many strange things that happens. I just can't bear it. But ZBrush, I really love this. Even if the interface is pretty special, it's really cool for modeling without technical stuff. So, what's the lore? Oh, I didn't see. Sorry, that's a lot of questions. I should be a bit faster. So, how far have you gone with the story for the game? Not this far. I have some notes from time to time on TXT or some notebooks, but at the moment I'm not focused on the scenario part of the project. No, the demo will be about maybe 3 or 4 levels, and we'll just be tasked to explore them, maybe smash some enemies, or a lot of enemies if we can, and that's it. There will be no story between levels, so it's more like a demo, just a demo. Are you from Turkey? No, I'm from France, and I'm living in Lyon, not Paris. If you are a stranger, I know that Paris is well known, but in France you have a lot of cities, and we do not like Paris, I guess, often. So anyway, is it part of the just like that, for fun, for a personal experience? Yes, it's just made to train my skills and just to learn new things I can't at work. Hi, George. You already know. George's question: how much free time are you able to spend working on Redemption each day, week? That's a good question. It varies from time to time, and it depends at some point on Overwatch events. I know it's stupid, but I play Overwatch a lot, probably too much, and I'm partly salty because of this game. Because I guess you all know that feeling, but I can spend like a whole evening on it. So starting from 9 p.m. to 2 or 3 a.m. So maybe 6 or 7 hours after work. If I don't have a job, which happened like 2 years ago, and maybe 1 year ago. Before I was at Nikigara, I was a freelance, and I didn't have a lot of work, so when I didn't have any tasks to do, I could spend a lot of time, maybe all days on the game, even weekends. And so it's really a lot of time behind this project. And sometimes it's just about 1 minute or two, so it depends. And it depends also of the inspiration I've got. I just read the 66 like. So, thanks for your lovely comments, by the way, guys. It's really, really kind of you. Really. So the two graphics also not comparable to anything modern. Still, is the belt same can be done here. Yeah, you're right, but if we don't have good graphics and good gameplay, I'm not sure we are getting to have a really good impact. Happy greeting from Suisse, mon frère. Yes. I don't know who you are exactly, Zappy, but hello. Hello. Comes to another 66 scene, I would recommend a return to the Jedi Temple because of Anakin message sent to the Shadow Jedi. Yes, actually the Order 66 part is almost done in scenario, and Maven will return to Coruscant just after I think just after the purge. So fighting clones and stuff like that. Can cutscene in the game? Yes, that's planned also. When can we play a beta? I don't know. We need to finish the demo first, then ask Disney and EA if it's possible to release it to the public, and then if it's a big yes, you would be able to play it, but finishing the demo is a long part, a really long part. French people asked about not when it's about learning different language. I'm amazed how well your English is. Thank you. I was really bad in English at school. Like in the 3D school I did, the teacher made 2 separate classes because we had a really poor level against a really high level between the students. So I was in the poor level and we were really lost each time. So I'm glad you find my English pretty good. Something to say. No pressure. C'est Étienne, petit coucou du nord de France. Do you know if many French are aware of your project? Salut Aurélien, je te réponds en français, comme ça, pas de souci. En France, je sais pas trop. Quand je regarde un petit peu les analytics YouTube, ça a l'air de dire que ça vient plutôt de l'étranger que de la France. Mais ouais. Là, je dirais que c'est les potes, les collègues avec qui j'ai pu bosser, et puis la famille qui connaissent le projet. Mais globalement, j'ai pas l'impression qu'en France, ils soient trop au courant. What is your goal with the game? Are you looking to work for a bigger publisher? I don't know. Working for a bigger publisher would mean also to give up on having the possibility to do what I want to do on this project. So I don't know, but of course I would really love to work officially for Star Wars. So we'll see. And it's the same for the rest of the team, of course. I'm not alone on this, but yeah. Magna Guards, Commando Druids. It may come at some point, but making a character it just takes time. So each time I want to make one, I have to carefully see if it will be useful for the game at some point. So. Super Battle Droids, yeah, those I would really like to have them, and they can fly, and so it could be cool to animate. It's because we don't want to learn the different language. We want we need it. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Cyril, about the how and why we don't learn well English at school. It depends. At some point, I guess that we think that if we don't need English, we won't need English ever, then why would we learn it when we're at school? And it's stupid because when you're an adult, you see that English is pretty useful. It's like the common language in Lord of the Rings. You can't work with the hobbits and the elves and Rohan and the Gondor without this common language. So it's better to learn that. Maybe we need to work a little on how we educate people in France. How did you get in to Star Wars? When I was young, 7 years old, so pretty young. Before I was really fan of, if I'm correct, the Titanic movie from James Cameron. Like a really big fan. I was making some origamis of boats, a lot of them. He gave me a paper, a sheet of paper, and I would make one. And my mother wanted me to see this the Phantom Menace, and I was like, no, I don't want to see this. I risk to no longer be a fan of Titanic. So she forced me to watch the Phantom Menace, and I just felt in love with this. And since then I love Star Wars, and I'm 28 now, so it's been a long time since I know this, but I'm not a lover of the original trilogy. I like it, but I prefer the prologue. I'm this kind of guy, and I assume it. I love Jar Jar Binks, in case you wonder. So, what is the rest of the games? Anything? Shocky and Rex in Order 66. I don't know. I would like to make some crossover with existing characters like Ahsoka, like maybe like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and I would like also to encounter Darth Maul, Jango Fett, Qui-Gon, Dooku, maybe before Dooku turned to the dark side. I want to explore the period before the Phantom Menace, during the Phantom Menace, and during all things, to be honest. Because, I like to explore this universe. Companion clone or droid that follows you. Yes, that's planned. Non, Aurélien, il n'y a pas de souci, si tu veux faire de la pub, il n'y a pas de problème. T'en parles un peu autour de toi, il n'y a vraiment pas de souci. C'est avec plaisir. Les Français qui lisent le topic sur Star Wars Universe. Ah bah ouais, c'est vrai, je les ai oubliés, pardon Cyril, je suis désolé. Mais effectivement, il y en a qui lisent un peu le topic aussi. C'est vrai que ça vient un peu de là, quoi. Tous les autres sites, globalement, c'est de l'anglais, donc bon, un peu moins de chance, quoi. Watch Clone Wars Season 7, this game is about another lore. Yes. Will there be a change from phase 1 to phase 2? For the clone troopers, yes, since I want to make the 66 order. The order 66, sorry. But for Maven, I don't know. I think that the more we will be close to the order 66, the more she will turn back to her Jedi look. Like with clothes and cape, hood, that kind of stuff. Will there be a loyal clone like maybe Red Jaws or Axel or Maxon? She maybe even have a maybe even is a clone. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. For now, Red Jaws is about to turn to the not the dark side because he's not a Jedi, but to the enemy side of the Republic. So I don't know when exactly, but he should be the bad guy at some point of the scenario. But maybe he could turn back to the light. I don't know yet. Cool. You can see the newer mode. To the clone. Story cutscene, finished game. Yes. Story cutscenes are planned. She fell in love with Cameron. I bet. No. Voice actor in game. Be a single player only game. I don't know. Single player is easier to develop than multiplayer. So I don't know. But at some point I wanted to make some game like you had with the Lego franchise. Like you can play with the same keyboard and have two characters at screen, so maybe one could play Maven, the other could play her apprentice, Aelia. I don't know. Or a clone, or I don't know. Maybe. I wish I could stay. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's fine. The Phantom Menace. How maybe. Yes. I guess you too, George. Ask it in the game. Yes, it would be super cool. Dude, if you ever need a couple of voice actor or anything like that, please post on your channel for it. I love the audition for this. Voice acting, as I've said, sometimes it's something that should come really late in the production. Once the game is done, to be honest. Like the music, for the most. I don't know how I could be able to pay some voice actors, so I can't just I can't say anything about this now because I don't know how it will be. So, but I would really like to have the same voice actors we had at least in France on the character that could match Clone Trooper. I want the same guys. If we cross C-3PO, I want the same guy. Hopefully he won't be dead because our French voice actor is pretty old. He did a voice for I don't know if you've seen this, the Astérix, the Astérix le Gaulois. I don't know if you know this French comics, but when it has been adapted to the TV, the guy who dubbed C-3PO was already working on the voice of Astérix, so he's a pretty old guy, so I hope he would still be there. And for additional voices, there will be audition, I guess. and I'm not sure I would be the best guy to judge which voice suits to a character. Just because, for instance, for Maven, I picked the voice from Mercy from Overwatch, the French voice, and just because I liked the sound of the voice, but I didn't really thought about will it fit good to Maven or not. And the fact is that it doesn't fit to the character. So I think it's a job itself to choose the good actor for the good voice for the good actor. So Freakeless are best. Lives definitely is just he's a living god, nothing less to me. Like creating such a good TV show, it's just super awesome from him. So I'm sad that the Clone Wars has ended, but it was just magnificent in each season. That's a series that I can say that I've seen almost 10 times already, the whole seasons, and I still am amazed by the work they put in the series, the characters they developed, so the evolution of Ahsoka. So in fact, Star Wars Redemption is first of all a big homage paid to Dave Filoni's works and all his artists, scenarists, and yeah. I'm just gonna change the names maybe for this one. Whoa, sorry for the new. I'm getting back on the comments. Just give me some time. Okay, let's go with this super fun droid. It's cool in pink. Okay, so dwarf spider droids. Actually, I've made a kind of spider droids but I've called this the Acklebot, which you can find on the art book of the game. If you read the description of the video, if I'm correct, you can see links to different media related to the project, and you have a ArtStation blog, the 16 one, where I've posted a PDF of the art book of the game, where you can find a lot of artworks. Some I didn't release, and I made them exclusively for the book. So yeah, if you want to learn more about this, it's a good way to start. And if you're French, it's even better because the art book itself is in French. So sorry for English people. I made this art book first for my family, so since my family is French, I need character artist for this. No, because it's, even if I would need this at some point, it's a project where I experiment a lot on my own process, so I want to be free of my movements, if I can say so. So if I want to gradually turn the characters to another art direction, I want to be able to do this without having to deal with another character artist or another art director. So yeah, it's just a side project, so it's not yet a production project. So character artist or environment artists or composers are not needed right now. What's your vision for the game? What are your goals with its features you want to put into? There are a lot of ideas we have for the game. We store them on Trello just to don't lose the track of it. And I don't know. It can change from time to time. So I don't know. Primarily, I want to have a 3D platformer at least as good as what we had in Force Unleashed, and I don't want to have super complex fighting moments. Like, to me, except if you are fighting against a powerful Sith and not against a random Padawan or sorry for those who like them, but a random Inquisitor. To me, the fights should end in 2 or 3 seconds. It's like smashing a droid. You play a powerful Jedi, so you don't have to spend a lot of time with strange fighting combat. And if we have really technical stuff to develop, maybe it could be a cool thing to do with cutscenes. Something like you had in Assassin's Creed, if I'm correct. Like you had bosses that you could fight, but they didn't have a lot of life. They were just hard to catch at some point. But with the good shots, it's as easy to fight them as it was with any guard. So I better want to have something like this, and I want to have also a flight mode, like something between what we have in Battlefront 2, probably between what we will have also with the squadrons. Or maybe exactly what we have with Squadrons. I didn't play it, so I don't know. But if it's super cool and super inspiring, I would really love to try to reach the same level of gameplay. But I don't think we could be able to reach this. Cet accent bien français qui fait plaisir. Eh ouais, il est bien à nous. I have a Christian, but my English is really bad, so I will send it in French. Avez-vous fait des études dans le milieu du jeu vidéo ou non? Si oui, dans quelle école? Et ben, j'ai fait des études. Alors c'était plus du cinéma d'animation que du jeu vidéo, parce que le jeu vidéo, il y a un truc qu'on nous a pas appris à l'école à ce sujet pour la 3D, c'est l'optimisation. Enfin, on a dû avoir quelques cours dessus vite fait, mais l'école elle-même assumait le fait de nous pousser plus vers du cinéma d'animation que vers du jeu vidéo. Donc tout ce qui est baking de normal map et compagnie, optimisation, baking de light, tout ça, globalement, c'est soit on apprenait sur notre temps libre, soit on l'apprenait pas et on faisait des trucs pas opti du tout. Et voilà. Et pour être franc, il y en a plein qui sont sortis de promo et qui sortent encore de cette école. En tout cas sur les cursus anime 3D, cinéma d'animation, qui sont pas foutus d'optimiser ce qu'ils font, quoi. Donc, et ça pose problème derrière en prod, parce que c'est des gens qu'il faut un peu former à ce sujet, et puis même, ça allonge les temps de rendu, c'est juste chiant. Donc voilà. Donc c'était pas vraiment une école de jeux vidéo, c'était une école voilà. Et l'école se situe à Lyon, ça s'appelle Bellecour École d'Art. À l'époque, la formation ça s'appelait ESIA 3D, et ça formait à peu près tout, ce qui touche à plus ou moins de l'art. Donc on avait de la 2D, on avait de la sculpture, on avait du dessin, de l'animation, même en 2D sur papier. On n'a pas eu beaucoup de cours, on a eu que 2 mois, mais on a quand même fait un peu. On était des brels, ça se dit. L'anime 3D sur ordi, on a eu du Cara Design en concept, quoi, concept art de perso, on a eu du concept art d'environnement, on a eu des cours sur l'environnement un peu, mais pas trop. On a eu des cours sur du modeling de perso, beaucoup, sur des effets spéciaux, sur des sons, sur du sound design. On n'a eu qu'une semaine, mais bon, on nous a appris un peu les bases en une semaine. Donc faire du bruitage, tout ça, enregistrer des sons, se faire sa propre banque de sons, ce genre de trucs. On a eu un très bon cours là-dessus. On a eu des cours de sculpture avec de l'argile, de la vraie sculpture, on en a eu pendant un an. Après on a eu on a eu un cours de ZBrush, enfin une semaine de cours de ZBrush. Très très succinct, quoi. En gros ça on l'a appris sur le tas aussi. Pour ceux qui voulaient. Et si j'en oublie, des cours d'anatomie, de modèle vivant, quoi, histoire d'être un peu plus solide en création de perso, quoi, qu'on sache un peu pourquoi on met le bras dans tel sens, pourquoi il est arqué comme ça. Voilà. Il y a une logique derrière à chaque fois qu'il faut avoir. Si on l'a pas, on fait des persos qui ressemblent un peu à rien, comme ce qu'on faisait en maternelle, quoi. Ou avant d'entrer dans l'école, en fait. Et voilà. Let's go back to English. So, you have any methods to use when whiteboxing a scene? Any specific goals, or just start placing stuff down and seeing where it goes? It depends. You can, when you make a level, you can start with boxes, okay. And if I may just show you how you can proceed in the game project here. So here we have like a cube, okay, and on this cube you can add a level design material. So so I made several level design materials just in case I want to have more specific objects. Like if I want to specify, okay, this box here would be a door, for example. I can change the material to a red one, for example. And the cool part with this is that the material is aligned with the world coordinates. So when I move the box, I don't lose the matrix of my level. But to be honest, making a level like this is just super annoying, and I just don't like this at all. If I were tasked to make levels in a company, I wouldn't like to place boxes. I don't like this. It's not a artistic part. It's not funny. It's just boring at all. So to me, if you don't have all the art stuff like this, like rocks, trees, plants, ground, and all this stuff, of course it's better to start with boxes, so you don't wait for the environment artist to create the Lego pieces, if I may say so. But when you have all these pieces, I think it's better to go straightforward with your meshes. It's much easier to visualize what you're gonna do with this, because you're not making only a level based on metrics. Of course, it's really important to have a good game feel and good metrics, but at some point you are also making a enjoyable environment. So I think personally that it's almost as important as making good metrics. So if you have good metrics but a crap looking level, like for instance, and it's my opinion, but Nintendo games like Mario, like the 2D version of Mario, or Mario Kart, or that kind of stuff, even today is too creepy, too bad in terms of art, in terms of technicity, if I may say so. It's super cool in terms of gameplay. We can all agree with this, but to me, the important part of graphics is completely messed up, and I don't want to lose this on Redemption. So I know it's the art direction they took for their games, but to me, I think they didn't put as many efforts as needed in their games. And by the way, the fact that this game works does not really mean it's something beautiful to explore. Like for instance, there is a big difference between Overwatch and Mario. When you are in Overwatch, you can admire the environments, the characters, the animations, even if you're not playing. If you're not playing in Mario, it's boring. It's just boring. And I think it's important to spend time on this. So I put myself, I put even more time in just finding the good placements to feel what I need about the level. Okay, it's more like making a place you'd like to go to in real life. If I were a Jedi and I could live in Lumberia, I would really love to see this kind of place and stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty special point of view, but yeah. Didn't you hear about the Bad Batch TV show? Yeah, I did, but it's partly Clone Wars. I don't know how it will be. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure I will love it. I'm sure. Like the Mandalorian, I'm sure I will love this stuff. You're really kind, George. Really, really kind. From a guy that has achieved to mimic perfectly the first scenes of the Phantom Menace. It's a really good compliment. I love this. And by the way, if you didn't saw this already, guys, go to the George Barrow's channel and just see how amazingly he remade the Phantom Menace control ship interior on Unreal. It's just super gorgeous. I wish I could reach this level one day, even on Redemption. I don't think I'm at this level of precision, and of lighting, and it's really impressive. To me, it's really impressive. So I encourage you to take a look at his channel and enjoy this. Yeah, how long did it take to do all of this? Lumberia, it took me like, I don't know, I started this summer to 2018. I don't know. Lumberia maybe took me like 3 to 4 weeks to not get done, because of course it took time to build the level, but just to learn to set up the philosophy of this environment. Each time you make an environment, you have to build a language for it, and unless you speak this language, you can't really go deep in development. So Lumberia took me like 4 weeks to get into the language I would like to have, and then I started adding more and more stuff to the pile, developing different way to create my environment pieces to have the possibility to go way faster. So for instance, you have two types of rocks here. You have the big rocks there that are made with hands. So I made bakes, and then I made textures on it manually, and then you have these rocks. Okay, and these were not made by hand, not really by hand. I didn't hand paint these, so I've made the textures on Substance Designer using random meshes just to get the rocky surface I wanted. And once I've had this done, I just used the displace function on 3ds Max on planes and boxes and stuff like that, to use the same UVs and the same textures, but on bumped mesh and bumped assets. And then I proceed with a Pro Optimize, so Decimation Master, but keeping UVs, so I could have game ready meshes with just using a tiling texture. So, and I made a lot of variants, like to make this kind of works. It's all made with the same techniques, and it takes a lot less time. For the pillars, I've sculpted a few assets like this, and maybe this. I'm not sure. No, this one is not sculpted. But what I did mostly was just rely on a trim sheet texture, which you can see on my ArtStation blog, or maybe just the Lumberia post. Just let me see if I can retrieve this. So, just to bring this on. So here in the Lumberia panel, if you scroll down, yeah, you can see this kind of stuff. This. So this is the tiling texture I've used for the cliffs. Okay, and whoops, sorry, I lost the chat. And so it's for the ground, the grass. Okay, these I only did this one on Substance Designer. I don't like this software at all. Not at all, but not this much. Like I use it maybe once a year, if not less. I used to work with 3D Coat to make textures, even tiling ones like this. These are made on 3D Coat. So like this one too, this one too. I didn't use these. Yeah, so this one is the texture I used for pillars, for walls, doors, some ground assets, metal bars. I don't know if I've got some, but yeah. And with these textures, I can, extract pre-modeled meshes that corresponds to the texture I made, and then just assemble them to make some part of the environment. And here you can see some evolution of the materials on grass, for example. So here it's a pretty flat looking grass, but it wasn't really cool to look at, I think. So then I just added some gradients to it, so it's more vivid. And you have some effects added to the pile, some little candles. And you see these walls, these are made using the textures, tiling texture here. Okay. Like the stairs also, so just a basic technique to use. Yeah. What do you feel about that? I don't know. I think they shouldn't be this excited about Redemption. It's. I'm really happy and proud that the game sounds so well to a lot of you, but if the game comes out one day, I don't think you still found it cool compared to what EA does. That's my point, but we will see. J'ai failli aller dans l'école Bellecour. J'ai pas du tout apprécié l'ambiance qui poussait les élèves à se mettre en compétition. Ouais, bah c'est exactement ce qui a pourri, je pense, je dirais bien les 2 dernières années que j'ai eu là. Moi j'y suis resté que 3 ans, ceci dit, mais c'était pas fou. Après, une légende raconte que c'est arrivé avec notre promo. Ça, je sais pas. Ça avait l'air de se gueuler dessus aussi avant, hein, mais bon. Voilà. Ce qu'il faut savoir, c'est que c'est une école, alors peut-être que ça change aujourd'hui, je n'en sais rien, mais c'est une école qui, à l'époque, prenait l'argent, en gros, hein. On venait, on payait, et on sort de l'école, et bah niveau recommandation pour trouver un stage, que dalle, pour trouver un emploi, que dalle, enfin, vraiment, il y avait un suivi très pauvre, en fait, hein, des étudiants dans cette école-là, donc, bon, j'espère que ça a changé aujourd'hui, mais j'en sais rien. Et voilà. Et en tout cas, bah, vu l'expérience que j'en ai eue, puis que j'ai vu d'autres amis que je me suis fait là-bas avoir, c'est pas une école que je pourrais recommander décemment, quoi. Ça se fait pas. Sauf si c'est quelqu'un que j'aime pas ou dont j'ai absolument rien à faire, mais là, comme ça, enfin voilà, je recommanderais pas le truc directos, quoi. Mais ça a peut-être changé, donc allez voir, quoi. Allez voir, faites-vous votre propre idée. Et demandez à d'autres gens que moi, je suis pas le seul à avoir fait l'école. Il y en a peut-être qui vous diront qu'en fait c'est génial. Je peux pas dire. Je peux pas dire. Voilà. I think last time that was Maven gonna have a relationship with anyone. I don't know. I didn't started anything about this, so I will see. But probably. Camino map. Yes, it would be super cool. I love Camino. I really love Camino. Will this game be on iOS and Android? I don't think so, since I don't refrain on using how to say that, a lot of stuff, not optimizing this for consoles or for mobile stuff. At some point you have to understand that I've worked for VR titles for mobile games, also for the Switch, for Game on Switch, and each time I did such development, it was frustrating, a lot frustrating, because you can't do what you want as an artist. There is always, no, you can't do this because it's too heavy in performance, and you can do this because, I don't know, we can't each poly. I don't want to do this in my spare time. In my spare time, I want to make the game I want. Okay, on the production, I always like to be. So I don't limit myself to mobile devices. So if one guy want to port it to iOS, it's fine. Good luck to this guy. But I don't want to screw myself on this. I really don't want to do this. hello. If you need a force map, we can know. Shakti, oh yes, I really like this Jedi too. What do you use as 3D modeling software? Blender, nope. I'm not into Blender at all. For a lot of things, I don't like Blender. I'm a 3ds Max ZBrush guy. Maybe Maya. If I were to learn another software deeply, it would be Maya. It won't be Blender. Even if it's super hyped right now because they've made a big UI revamp, there are still something I don't like in it. And Autodesk products tends to get cheaper, so even the excuse that you can't pay stuff is no longer valuable. So I've learned 3ds Max. I stick with 3ds Max, I guess. If one day Blender gets utterly better than 3ds Max, of course I will switch to this. And I mean, for me, each time, by the way, each time we'll ask an artist which software is better, the best one will be the one they use. So there is no Blender is the best, 3ds Max is the best, or Maya is the best. There is only that you feel like you are the best with Blender or with 3ds Max, and that's it. So sorry for the digression. Have you downloaded your app PDF? It's amazing. How far in development do you feel you are right now? I don't know. I think that for a demo we are kinda okay with the art stuff, and now we need to level up the gameplay, the game mechanics, the game design, to have something really consistent to present. But on the art side, as well as the animation side, it's more like doing fun stuff, like opening a kitsu and just do like a idol like this, and just having fun with the characters I've read, and maybe in 1 week, if I'm correct, the next update of Akitsu is coming next week. So we will have cameras, and I'm testing them at work. I won't lie, and it's super exciting. It's really exciting, and I think that once the next Akitsu version will be out, I will try to make some cinematics, motion and render. So stay tuned for this. Hi man, just joined the stream. Maybe you're already responding to this question, but did you already talk to someone at EA Disney? No. I'm quite new to the game industry, if I may say this. I don't have 10 years of experience. I just don't have 10 years, so I don't know a lot of people. I wish I could, but I think this will come with time, and I'll see. Not a single dislike. Yeah, that's super cool. Have you tried running the game with ray tracing, and did it make your PC bleed like my project did? Actually, I just recently changed my computer for a super good one. Not the best one actually, but a really good one. And I don't think the ray tracing will burn my computer. So I will see if I add it. I need more I need just to see how it works technically. Well, maybe Sora from Kingdom Hearts. Sure. Wow, calm down with crossovers. Hello, when did you get the inspiration for? Where did you get the inspiration for Star Wars Redemption? From a lot of games, films, places around the world, and probably comics. It's pile of emotions, I guess, and souvenirs. I don't know if you can say this in English, but yeah. I just remember some cool place I've went on, and I try to make them in game and adjust them and get the Star Wars feeling over it. And also it's the I don't know how to explain this. It's how your inspiration is built. So you will have Star Wars stuff, Star Wars movies, Star Wars games. You have Skyrims, Oblivions. You have Rayman. You have a lot of things. I can't list everything, but yeah. It's, the biggest one, of course, is Clone Wars TV series. Without this series, I don't think I would have made this project. So, maybe, I don't know. It could be good, but this project, time consuming, I mean a lot. Yes, it's really time consuming. Actually, it's the project I work on when I'm out of my daytime job. So for the past 7 years, I've made some pauses, like when you play games or when you go in holidays and this kind of stuff. But most of the time, I make a break when I sleep, and that's it. The rest of the time it's work and work again. But it's also because I just love each part of this project. So maybe the day I won't feel interested by the project, I may stop working on it. And that's what happened this year, earlier. Like I had enough of the project in February, and until the video from X2 came out, in my head the project was almost over, But with this video, with the love you've shared on it, I think it would be stupid to just give up now. So I didn't give up. Yeah, it's not exactly one guy project, because of course I've got some helpful hands, if I may say this, that came on the project from time to time, but most of the project it's done by myself. Like I work a little on animations. I'm doing the clones. I'm doing some animations on Maven, mostly the expression ones. I'm not really good at making moves, so I tend to avoid this, but I can do some from time to time, and I don't do also the coding, the programming, the blueprints. I try to from time to time, but I'm not good at this. But apart from this, all the rest is done by me. and that's just a super lot of stuff. I should list this one day maybe, but I don't know if it's interesting to do this. Lightsabers color. Yes, that's already here. If you take a look at the demo, you can switch in real time your color just to fit your needs. If you want to have, the pink color, the blue color, you want to be a Sith, for instance, or a gentle Jedi, you can do this. It's okay. And maybe we will have a system close to what we had in Force Unleashed, like collecting crystals of different colors, and you'll be able to change the blade colors, but I don't know. Giving life to a level when particle is it difficult with Unreal, or are trees animated under Akitsu? You could try to animate whoa, sorry. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry, YouTube just told me that the stream wasn't freed, so just changed to Akitsu. Let's maybe change for this guy. So how did you go about lighting each environment? Pretty simply, you just put a main light for the sun, play with the ambient color, the post-process, and try to light specific areas with spotlights, and that's it. I didn't make any bakes right now, but yeah. Left or level. So just back to you, Cyril. The trees are not animated in Akitsu. You can do this if you want. I made a little animation for the last year. Christmas campaign of Akitsu. I just animated a little tree pine, but here you just use some materials in Unreal that animate the vertices based on vertex color, if I'm correct. And that's it. It's pretty simple to achieve. Sniper with the game. Maybe, not sure it will be interesting to have, but maybe. What inspired the name like Red Jaws or Axel or Nexon? Axel is for the fact that the clone can shoot from far with a bad pistol. Each time you give him any weapon, and he's really good at shooting stuff. And in 3D, axe means just a straight line from one point to another, and so could be this. And the L, because in French, if I'm correct, the Axel is the name. Max on is for maximize the power on of troops, since the guy is a healer, sorry. I think the name suits well to this guy. Red Jaws is because it's the most dangerous clone trooper of the company. So I want him to have a badass name, and it was also giving me some inspiration for the helmet design, which is really important for a clone. So yeah. How does Mevent apprentice lose her body and turn into a cyborg? Was there an explosion? Yes, it's a crash of a starfighter, and Mevent tried to save her and managed to save her, but not the whole body. So it's like a Genji of the game, or General Grievous at some point, but a elegant one or sexy one. Don't know the correct word. How many levels do you want in finished game? I don't know. In the finished game, since I want to explore a lot of areas, I don't know. A lot of levels, maybe 100, maybe 1000, I don't know. I really don't know. Alors. Ok. Cyril, du coup. Juste pour revenir sur ta question, et en français, pour donner vie à un niveau avec les particules, les arbres, les machins, c'est pas compliqué. Hein. Dans Unreal, en fait, t'as juste à faire une fois un asset, et après tu le déclines, et après tu le places dans un niveau, et voilà. Lumberia, par exemple, Lumberia, c'est un niveau au début, je voulais qu'on puisse poser la forêt en quelques clics, quoi. Et au début, on pouvait. On peut encore, hein, mais je la fais plus comme ça. Mais en gros, là, dans Unreal, si je veux mettre en place la forêt de Lumberia, je peux vous montrer un exemple, hein, vite fait. On va poser une forêt, ça va être drôle. Qui est Unreal? Ça, c'est pas Unreal. Ouais, c'est Unreal. Bon, posons une forêt, on va se dire qu'on veut... Alors, ça fait voir. Hop. On va dire qu'on veut créer une forêt sur ce truc-là. Peut-être sur le triangle est mignon. Hop. Là, par exemple, le triangle, on va le mettre bien loin, comme ça on va pas s'embêter avec le reste. Voilà. Donc, mettons que j'ai envie de mettre une forêt là-dessus. On va le mettre un peu plus grand, comme ça on est tranquille. Hop. Voilà. Bon. On peut même s'éclater un peu. Hein. Je sais pas. Je vais remettre un triangle là. Hop. Et du coup, je les déplace à la louche. Je ne voudrais pas faire un truc ultra précis, quoi. C'est pas le but. Voilà, une belle étoile de David. Voilà. C'est pas fait exprès, je vous jure. Bon, bref, on va faire une forêt sur l'étoile de David. C'est drôle. Donc, ben là, une fois que j'ai posé en fait ma base d'environ, mettons que ce soit ça, ce que je vais faire, c'est je vais aller dans le foliage ici. Et je vais juste dire à Unreal, bah voilà, moi j'aimerais bien peindre, on va dire qu'on va peindre de tout le monde, tout ça. Donc là, je vais régler deux trucs. Je vais régler la taille de ma brush, qui va permettre de dire, ok, tu peins beaucoup, pas beaucoup. Donc si je veux peindre comme une brute, je vais mettre en très gros. Voilà. Ensuite, je vais demander une paint density. Donc là, quand elle a 1, ça va peindre vraiment beaucoup, comme ça. Et je veux pas que ça peigne beaucoup. Je veux que ça soit quand même un peu discret, donc on va y aller à 0,1. Là, c'est déjà un peu mieux. Et ensuite, pour être un peu plus... donc là, j'ai juste cliqué une fois. Pour être voilà, avec la bonne densité, ce genre de choses, Je vais juste régler en fait par asset comment je veux qu'il se densifie. C'est tout. Voilà. So in English now, so I made a little environment support. Okay, and I just want to show how I've created the forest for Lumberia. I wanted initially to be able to just create a forest in 1 minute or maybe less. So I've used the foliage system in Unreal, which just allow me to specify how many trees or how many each kind of foliage I want and how often I want them, how I want them to be randomly turned, and this kind of stuff. And then I just click once and I'm done. Okay, like this. And you can also reduce the brush size if you want to be more gentle about your placement. Okay, but yeah. Okay, poof. And now I can just spawn with Maven, and maybe just add some stuff like this barrel. Maybe okay, I can size it slightly less. Maybe I could add maybe some pillars like this. Yeah. Okay, then I can look to other environments and maybe add a vehicle here, like maybe this one. Okay, and there I can specify to use a animation asset and idle opened. Okay. And if I want, I can go back to the foliage here, and I can use the select tool to remove some unwanted oops. Some unwanted foliage, or move them, and that's it. Now I can just play around this. Okay, and that's all. So it's pretty easy to just set up a quick environment in the game. And you can have some strange issues like this little tree here, which is pretty easy to fix. You just move the tree down and okay. The good point with Unreal is how the foliage works with the assets. For example, if I move this down, the foliage will fall. Okay. So I can decide, for example, to just raise this up and then add some stairs like this. I'm not sure I've made some collisions with this. No, I didn't. I should. So yeah, that's how I create some Lumberia stuff. So Again, this will have for speed, going really fast. It's fun, but I guess it can also be hard to deal with in level design. I don't mind about this. I want to have a fun character to control, and then I will make cool levels to play in this with this character. But I don't want to struggle with okay, I define my level like this, so I can't make my character moving like so. So of course, if the character is overpowered, I will adapt the level of Lumberia, of course. But I needed to set the level up just to see if things works correctly, just to see if the technical art I've set up was enough to manage the function of the materials, the function of the meshes. So yeah. Naboo map, yeah, it's cool. You build a tree forest. Yeah. T'arrêtes pas de trop parler anglais. Tu parles super bien en fait. Is this canon? Merci Kiwix, du coup. Is this canon like did 414 this before, or did you make it up? I made it up, but I saw after years after making it that the 414 was already existing or was already a fan-made battalion, so I don't know. Honestly, I want to keep this number because it's kind of intricate with some things I've had in my life, so I won't change this. Are you French? Yes. Is it true that you eat frogs on Saturdays and snails on Monday? Snails? I'm not sure what snails is. No. God, no. There are French peoples that eat snails. I know. And frogs, I know too, but I'm not in this kind of stuff. But red wine, cheese, and not the cheese you have in McDo. It's just super cheap, but tasty cheese. Just a few names like Roquefort, like Beaufort, like Saint-Marcelin, Saint-Félicien. Or more specific one like Pouligny-Saint-Pierre or Charolais. A lot of super cool and tasty cheese that I think I would really miss if I were to work outside of France one day. That's one of my biggest problems, I think. But yeah. Will you include an evolution of phase 1 and 2, so the concept art, there were some epic designs? Yes, it's planned for Order 66 at least. Use color theory and composition in your work? No, and no. Color theory is something that was established, I think, after artists understand how it could work. But it's it's a rule. You have to learn that rule at some point. So I kinda learned it. So I know there is some colors that won't match from one to another. But it's more a feeling of what I would like to have if I were to see this in real life. So it's more just observation. So if things work well, it's okay. And composition, a little, to be honest, I use this a little, but not all the time. I just don't think everything with deep composition under it. If it feels right, it's enough to me. Is France a real country, or is it all a marketing trick hoax? I don't even understand that. Is Africa a real continent? Is Trump a real president? Actually, this question is more freaky, I guess. But yeah, France is of course a real country. So, how will the clone work against enemies? Will players be able to give them force buff? I don't know. Initially, sorry, at the moment I prefer just to keep this low in terms of development because we have a lot more important things to develop. Like first of all, the movements of Maven. They don't feel cool or not really high end. So I think it would be a good thing to work this while before trying to add clone companions and that kind of stuff. But it's something I really want to have and to feel. I want the player to feel like he or she had the control of an army. Okay, or maybe a little squadron, but an army would be even better. V-Wing, Y-Wing, will you be able to control the clones? Send them somewhere. Maybe both. It would be cool to play as a clone trooper, I guess, but the main character of the story will be Maven. So the day the Order 66 will come, probably the clone trooper won't be playable after this. But yeah, you could control them or your companion, maybe your droid, maybe friends you will make before Clone Wars and after Clone Wars. And send to these followers some commands like in Republic Commando or maybe in Dragon Age. It's not commands in Dragon Age, you control everyone, but something like that is pretty cool, I think. Les Lyonnais sont tous des gourmets. Yes, je ne dirai pas, je n'irai pas nier ça. On n'est pas les derniers pour la bouffe. Greetings from Poland. Thank you. I've been in Poland last year, by the way, for the Poznan Game Conference. The GIC, if I'm correct. I was there to present Akitsu, the software you can see in the background to animate the characters. Are we going to see General Grievous? I would like to in the final game. Not in the demo, I guess, but yeah. Is Poland a real country or Black Matter? Whoa. Someone goes too far in the comments. I can say that Poland is a really nice country, actually. It's like, I don't know every part of Poland, but at Poznan I felt like I was near little Hogwarts schools. In every street you have like super awesome and magnificent big houses, almost little castles everywhere, and it feels really rich in terms of culture, and people there are super nice, really super nice. This is in addition to that question. Can you like another? like order an amount of trooper to attack a specific enemy where you need to focus and keeping yourself as well as remain alive. Maybe I don't know precisely about this, but maybe. So concretely, is the project progressing simply out of passion at the moment, or are you actually planning on releasing a complete game, sometimes with music and voice actors? Concretely, it's just a passion project. It's still a passion project. It has always been, and until we get funded by official IP owners, I'm not calling for them to do that, and I don't know if they want to, but unless we'll have a real structure to develop the project, it will be kept just for us, just to develop the project. Okay, and of course, if we make the demo and we can't go much further, we will leave the demo as is and shift to other project at some point. And if someone wants to how to say that, get the project, rip it and add some voice, I don't know how I could refrain and impeach that. I'm not for, I'm not against, but it may happen, and it's like this. I don't want to stick to the project forever if it's a unending project, you know. Okay, I mean, I don't know if a boss fight makes sense, as he could beat certain shooting costs. If a boss fight makes sense, as he could beat certain. I just need to see general rules. Yeah, but I think the fact that it's cameo or not is apart from having fun or not in the game. So if General Grievous could be a cool enemy to fight, and if it could be bring in a logic way, I want to have him in face of Maven, because it would be super cool. Hello there, Asuka. Denmark, wow, the country of Legos and a lot of other stuff, but since I'm a child, to me Denmark is Legoland, and I really like this country just for that. Plus Viking stuff, and but it's really a good country in my mind. Yeah, Asuka, just don't pay attention to what Arsenton says. He's trolling since a lot of time. What is the next stuff? I don't know. What do you want to see, maybe? If you have some questions about parts of the project, maybe textures, maybe animation, maybe, I don't know. Feel free to ask. The option to grab the saber in hand, that's a that's a recurrent question about the character. So just to clear out some points, if Maven grabs the saber with the force, it's not because I saw this in the comics and I was like, oh, it's super cool. Maybe it's I think it's some way inspired from the way the hero in the Force Unleashed 2 gets manipulates his lightsaber when he's crazy with the Force. But it's also a technical limit of Akitsu we wanted to override, to work on, sorry. And we found with Thomas, who does the animation, we found it was the best way to go. And after trying to do this, we liked it, and we thought that it could be a good thing for the character, so we kept it. And now Maven just controls her saber with the Force. But the day Akitsu will provide a way to make some space switching, so having the saber attached to the hand and the next frame attached to the world, so you can make the saber fly away without being impacted by the hand movement. This day I think we will see more grab frames, saber grab from Maven. Mandalorian Power, you are the best. Except you made of Playmobil. Excellent. Trolling the troll. It's perfect. What's the next step in development? Next step in development will be having a better gameplay. I don't know how to say this. I've got a good friend of mine who is a good programmer, who wants to join the project, and I'm really happy he wants to do so. And once he will dive into the development, I think that we will be able to have like flying combat and more a better control over Maven. So that's the part I'm watching for, and I'm waiting for at the same time. Also with Thomas, we plan on making some cinematic shots, like we did for the play of the game, the Overwatch play of the game with Maven, or the one I've made just to present Maven for Sketchfab and Flipped Normals version of the character. Because just in case you want, you can get these characters on Flipped Normals and Sketchfab if you want to animate them, but they are still quite restricted. If you want to make your own game with this and sell it, you can't. If you want to make money with this, you can't. If you want these assets are extremely limited, but if you want to have fun animating them like I did, you can. And you have also the textures, everything that is needed if you want to express yourself with these characters. Actually, you have also a blank version of the Clone Trooper if you want to do your own war paint on it, on Substance Painter, for example, or 3D Coat, which I highly recommend. But it's as you want, and yeah, that's it for the next step. Will enemies become ragdolls when defeated? Yes, it's already done like this, but instead of what we have in Fallen Order, I would really like if we were to fight against stormtroopers or humans, organic dudes. I don't want to have characters that resist a lightsaber when a droid can't. So to me, if I slash something with a lightsaber, it should be cut in 2 parts or more, like we had in Force Unleashed, for example. But actually, the droids are split in different parts, and these parts can be moved with your feet if you work in this. Today character in the game. I will see. It's a lot of work, so I will see. Question: in the Phase 2 part of the game, will the ARC Trooper Axel Maxon have the Phase 2 ARC outfit with double pauldrons? I don't want to say trap stuff, but I don't think ARC Troopers in Phase 2 or Phase 1 needs to have the exact same number of attributes of stuff. So I don't think that I will stick to that. I think that I will try to place in these characters' mind, if they were to exist, and figure out how I would like to evolve. If I'm a healer and I need to move, I don't want to have this a lot of stuff on me. I want to be really light and be able to fly and that kind of stuff. If I'm there to be a sharpshooter, maybe I want more munitions, more ammo. So it will be stuff like that. And the design of the armor will change accordingly to the design of the Arc 2 of the Phase 2 clone troopers. Is it an option you can choose between holding the saber and holding it by using the force like we've seen? It's an option we will be able to choose when we will animate Maven once we will have the space switching function in Akitsu. But this won't be something you choose in game because it has not a really high impact on the game, but a really heavy impact on the development side. So it will be like developing heavy features for no one to see it or to like it, I guess. So when you play on Geonosis, it's not the first battle of Geonosis, right? Or is the first battle? Yeah, probably the clone will be unpainted for this part of the game. But it's the Geonosis is the first battle we've seen in episode 2. It's not a return to Geonosis as we've seen in Clone Wars. Maybe we will have this as well, but there, if you take a look at the back here, you can see the pillars where you had previously in the film Obi-Wan, Padme, and Anakin. The flames from the combat that just happened. And I wanted to start out of this. And then try to infiltrate a droid factory, that kind of stuff. I'm not sure exactly of what I want to do with this. It's probably going to be the tutorial level. So you have to learn about how the game works, basically. Maybe a few droids, maybe a few difficult parts to cross, but yeah. Just go to the menu. Then who's the lieutenant for the... He's the lieutenant of the captain of the 414 is called Red Rose. He's the guy that you can see in the background here. Also, is the story gonna hold a certain relationship with some clone characters? Maybe. Maybe. Raphaël, ok. Allô, monsieur. Will we see Anakin kill not just the men, but the women and the children too? That's a stupid question at some point. Since I'm not here to talk about men and women's or children's only. You have a lot of pieces in Star Wars if you go this way. So Anakin will kill Jedi's, and in Jedi's you can have a lot of persons. It's not a ethnicity. It's a group of people. So yeah, next question. Asked if Milan was gonna have a romantic strong connection with Splorans. Cool, but the Jedi Order would not. Yep, but if the Order fail, Jedi Order fail, I don't think the rules still apply at some point. I think that's a character that can have feelings like Anakin had, like Obi-Wan had, and at some point you're free to embrace it or disagree with your own feelings, but I don't know. His friends saw it. I mean, every time. I missed it. Oh, I think listening. Whoa, big lag. Yeah, sorry. 1 FPS and streaming when you play. I live stream on this one of Prototype. This might be a dream. Will Maven have Jedi outfits and Geonosis? Maybe if we can integrate the outfit properly. Right now it's pretty bad. I've made the outfits with a lot of cloth layers, so it's kinda hard to manage in real time. But I want to have this. It's Kundoku. Going to play in the Battle of Coruscant. I would really like to do this. Yes. And having the same, almost the same. I can't say if I could one day reach the same level of detail, but having the same ambience, the same mood in the battle, like several layers of Star Destroyers we can dive into and out to, a lot of turrets that shoots everywhere on you, on destroyers that are nearby, starfighters that are close to you and cover you, some vulture droids and tree fighters and other kind of fighters that want to strike you down. So yeah, it's really something I want to have, really. Okay. So. Okay, so next sound. Sorry for the big. It should be back now. I will just mute myself so you will hear just the game. Yeah, I'm just playing with the sound back and so Marvin. Okay, so just just learn the name, guys. It's Meven. It's not Marvin, not Mawin, not Maven, not it's Meven. Mevenn. Meven. Meven. During another second consent, are we still going to see some of the attack on the Jedi Temple? And who has Meven Masters? I don't know. I'm not fixed yet. But her master, maybe it will be a well-known one, maybe not. I don't know. Bit of Coruscant, Siege of Mandalore, main story. Revenge of the Sith certainly has a lifetime. Some tracky stuff. Yeah, it's from the super awesome Jeremy Soule. So if you don't know this guy already, get out of your cave. It's just a super brilliant composer. And it's a template sound, but I would really like to have music like this in the end. In the ideal world, I dream of maybe music composed by this guy, but I don't know if it could be possible. Les plateformes qui s'écroulaient. Bah en fait je suis pas dans le même niveau, du coup elle ne s'écroule pas dans ce niveau là, mais dans l'autre ouais. The frame rate seems to be a lot better too. Yes, that's because I was not fully focused on the game. Battlefront sound effect, yes, you've found them. It's cool. This was some no, that's not touch. So let me guess. Same timeline. The game timeline is Genesis 1, then other season 2, early Empire. Not exactly. Genesis is the timeline you've said is part of the whole timeline I want to explore, but it starts maybe I'm not sure, maybe 30 years before the episode 2, so when even before the Phantom Menace, and it ends I would like it to end around episode 9, maybe after it, since Maven is not from Earth. She's a Jedi. She can live way more than we do. So I don't know. Is there a playable demo? No. And that was short, but no. It is going to be added. Just let me find back what this one was exactly. I'm not sure of it. Oh, this one. Probably. But I would really like to have the is it the ATTE? Yeah, the ATTE. I would really like to have this vehicle, just because I want to see how I could animate this 6 legs. It's super complex, so it's a good challenge. Make Roblox version. Navet, tu es seul à bosser sur le jeu ou bien vous êtes plusieurs? Ben, je suis pas seul. Non, il y a des gens qui m'aident, mais qui m'aident sur des petites parties du projet. Donc, en général, c'est tout ce qui fait de blueprint et code. J'y touche un petit peu, mais pas assez pour le faire tout seul. Même si là, ce que vous voyez dans la démo, je l'ai fait tout seul avec quand même l'aide de tuto qui était très très bien foutu, que je vous recommande d'aller voir. D'ailleurs, j'ai mis le lien dans la description. De Nico fait des jeux vidéo, c'est un putain de bon youtubeur et un bon prof, quoi. C'est pas le genre de prof avec qui on s'ennuie. Et il y a Thomas qui m'aide sur les animations, qui m'aide même plus que beaucoup. En fait, c'est lui qui fait les animations de combat de Maven. C'est lui qui a fait les animes des vaisseaux, toutes les animes des droïdes. Moi, je me suis occupé des animes des clones, de quelques animes parfois sur des persos qu'il a animés. Les droïdes, je crois que j'en ai fait 2-3. Mais c'est pas des animes vraiment au cœur du truc, c'est plus des animes pour m'entraîner, donc c'est l'occasion. Et sur Maven, j'en ai fait quelques-unes, mais principalement des idols. Celle qu'on voit là, en fait, ça c'est moi qui l'ai faite. Mais après, voilà, des animes de fight et tout, ça a vraiment été Thomas. Ça, c'est du Thomas. Et l'idée, c'est que dans un monde idéal, en plus, tiens, je vais dans le Starfighter. Notez que les Starfighters, ils sont taillés en fait pour être de près. Je sais pas si on voit là, c'est pas mais voilà. Je vais m'extraire du jeu de temps 2 parce que c'est vraiment l'horreur d'essayer de s'en sortir comme ça. Hop. Ok. So ATTs, yeah. Voilà. Turbo tank. Yes. You will list every vehicle, because in fact I would like to model every single vehicle of the saga, but it takes time each time you make one. So at the moment, it's better to just select the one that will serve the demo and avoid just decorative stuff as much as you can. Time to sleep, on aura l'occasion de rediscuter le projet. Bah yes, carrément Cyril. Je sais pas si t'es encore là, mais ouais, carrément. Carrément. Et désolé, ouais, avec la musique, c'était probablement chaud d'écouter. Désolé, c'était mal calibré le son. Faut que je le baisse un chouille. Et puis voilà. ATTP, ATP. Ah, lui, je suis pas sûr. ATP, Star Wars. Maybe I'm not a big fan of the design of this one, but maybe. We'll see. Development of the game is very interesting to watch, and I think I hope. Will the Venator ever land? Could you fly the gunship on surface levels for ground attacks? I don't know. If it's cool, if it's a good addition, yes. But if we don't think it's a good addition to the project, like it's too off-road, we won't add this. Where are you from? France. And I think I reached the end. Cool. So, no, sorry for the sound. It's still pretty. It's too high. Oh, maybe it's just on my ears. Okay. So I'll just exit this. And yeah. Poof. Cool. What rooms will be in the inventors? I don't know. Rooms that I find cool to add. And at the moment you have probably not a single room that really belongs to Evinator. It's mostly imaginated stuff, and I think it's better if you want to rush a project, just to not stick to what's existing, to try to mimic this and dive into perfectionism, which can slow down your production pace a lot. Est-ce que tu travailles à plein temps sur le projet? Non. Enfin, pas là. Là, vu que j'ai un boulot, après, ça peut m'arriver de bosser 6-7 heures dessus après le taf. Donc c'est une forme de plein temps, mais bon, c'est pas assez régulier pour qu'on puisse parler de temps plein. Et après, il y a des périodes où j'ai pas eu de boulot et du coup j'avais que ça à faire, entre guillemets, là je passais 8 heures dessus. Donc c'était à temps plein. Mais voilà. I would like to, but I don't know. Asuka has more story behind her, more episodes, more, a lot more stuff. So it would be hard to make Milan a rival for Asuka, and it's not the goal. I would like both characters to be friends at some point. Yes. Clone Commando, I'm not sure. Maybe I will have to take the time. Maybe yes. There is a little glitch when it breaks like this. Yeah, clones are super cool. Yeah, maybe just take a look at the under the hood Maven and how it works. Okay, maybe start a new animation. I'm just gonna change the posing a little. Yes. So just in case you don't know, the program we use for animation is called Akitsu. It's the name here, and it's a super cool program if you want to learn animation and just to make things move without having headaches due to too many technical stuff. And here just click somewhere and move parts like this or this. So it's really handy to use. I've been using Maya and 3ds Max years ago to do the same tasks, and I can say it has just it's completely different and way easier to use here. So if you want to start animating stuff, I really recommend you to take a look at Akitsu. And to those who may wonder, I don't say this because I'm working with them right now. I just say this because since 4 or 5 years I'm using the software, and I just like this since that time. It allowed me to make much more than Star Wars Redemption, like a lot more stuff, and I'm really grateful to them to have made this super cool software, and I want a lot of people to have the same joy using A3D software, because it's really about having fun here. So, I'm just going back to your questions. Your face. When will this game get released? I don't know. How long have you worked with Akitsu? I'm working for Akitsu creators, Nukigara, since last year, if I'm correct. And I've been using Akitsu since not since the alpha was there, but I'm one of their early adopters, very early adopters. Like maybe in 2015, 2015. So this year, I guess. And now I'm just doing my stuff with this software, and it's not complex at all. It's just about finding the time to have fun with it, and that's it. Renegade, post it somewhere. Scale Trooper in the game. We will see. What kind of number does her squad have? Like, if I go first. Squad is 4 scenes. Like. We will see. Keep your money for other stuff, guys. Really. And hopefully it will be released as a demo, just a demo, and for free. Okay. Damn, I really want to use the next version of Editsu right now. Just for the screen space. It's so cool. Stiff. Very stiff. Woohoo. No, I just mute the mic because of the sound of the street. It's purely intentional. No droids here. Maven be the main character for the entire storyline. There will be different characters. There will be different characters, but not as important as Maven. But the story will be about more than Maven, of course. Yeah, you're right, Mandalorian Power. The Q&A is over, I guess, since the questions tends to repeat or to. So, first battalion, should I follow that? Okay. I don't know. So, we'll stop here. Thank you for being here, for attending this little Q&A session. Just to mention this, I won't do and spend a lot of time on social media to share a lot of stuff each time I put something new, because I've seen that it's really time consuming, and that's some time I can't spend on the project. So I may reduce a little the pace I'm posting stuff, but I will be still working on this. Don't worry, guys. So yeah, of course I enjoy it. So there is no clone gameplay. Skip up. Republic. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I will stop here, and I will warn you next time I may do a session, maybe not a Q&A, but more just a stream. I used to stream on Twitch, but I think here there is more people, so it's easier for everyone to follow the progress. So yeah, see you, and thanks for being here. Des bisous.